On November 13th, near the most heavily armed border in the world, one North Korean soldier races for freedom.
The UN command wants North Korea to explain why it violated the armistice agreement last week when its troops chased down and shot at a North Korean soldier defecting across the joint security area.
On November 13th, near the most heavily armed border in the world, one North Korean soldier races for freedom. The North Korean defector drives an army truck, making his way towards the regime's landmark bridge, dubbed the 72-hour bridge or the Bridge of No Return. Speeding down the straight, tree-lined road, past barren fields, the truck slows and turns at a monument to North Korean founder Kim Il-sung, which is used as the staging point for North Korean tours of the area. Soon after, the truck is seen to have crashed into a ditch near the line that divides the two Koreas. 4 North Korean soldiers with weapons in their hands spring to the area. They race by the blue huts that straddle the line, the only spot on the border where both South and North Korean soldiers face off within spitting distance. The North Korean defector abandons the vehicle and runs towards the military demarcation line. North Korean soldiers pursuing the defector fire handguns and AK-47 rifles. One of the North Korean soldiers, while pursuing the defector, briefly crosses the military demarcation line, the effective border between the two Koreas, before returning to the North Korean side. Shortly after, a group of North Korean soldiers gather on the northern side of the joint security area. South Korean soldiers crawl up to the defector, who has fallen injured in a mass of leaves against a small wall. Infrared video shows 2 South Korean soldiers slowly approaching the wounded North Korean soldier and dragging him to safety.
At this point, the UN command has not clarified what it will do exactly in response. Also unclear is North Korea's response, with the regime remaining unusually tight-lipped about the situation that has made headlines all around the world. Park Ki-jun reports.
The United Nations Command on Wednesday sent a request to North Korea for a meeting through the communications channel at Panmunjom to discuss the JSA incident and ways to prevent further violations. There is no guarantee, however, that the North will agree to any such meeting. For one thing, UNC and North Korea have not used the communication site in 4 years, since the North called the ceasefire agreement invalid in 2013.
My understanding is very clear. It's very unlikely to have a new kind of negotiation, coming back to the table, because North Korea perceive these cases as a very defensive and face-losing instance for their own benefits.
The North Korean military is likely to strengthen censorship and carry out more thorough background checks for its troops serving at the border, and that's expected to more or less put an end to soldiers crossing over. There are also questions about how the UNC will respond. There's no way for it to retaliate. Rather, experts say it's likely to pursue a diplomatic solution.
The UNC could decide to make North Korea promise to make sure nothing like this ever happens again through some kind of agreement. It could also ask the North to make a statement accepting responsibility and or expressing regret over the incident.
North Korea has yet to comment. It sent troops down to the MDL Wednesday morning to record video of UN command reading out the investigation, but whether Pyongyang will respond and through what channel remains to be seen.
a life-threatening dash from the clutches of the Kim regime. This dramatic video, released by the UN on Wednesday, shows the moment a North Korean soldier made a desperate run across the world's most heavily militarized border last week, escaping to the safety of the south. After passing North Korean army checkpoints, he appears to get stuck in a ditch before running for his life across the military demarcation line as his fellow countrymen unleash a hail of bullets. Amazingly, he survives and is pulled to safety by US and South Korean troops. On Wednesday, Seoul gave an update on his condition. Reuters' Josh Smith has the latest.
Doctors announced today that the defector has regained consciousness and appears to be in stable condition after a series of surgeries to remove multiple bullets from his body. They say, however, that there continues to be a high risk of infection, so he's not out of the woods yet. Risk of infection has been heightened, they say, by some of the soldiers' condition, including a serious case of parasites and other hygiene issues that the soldier appears to be suffering from.
Doctors have identified the man as 24 years old with the surname Oh. At his request, they've been playing South Korean pop music for him and American action movies. The UN command also had an announcement about the incident on Wednesday, saying the video shows North Korea breaking terms of the delicate Korean armistice, the only thing that stands between the North and the South actually being at war.
The way the soldiers apparently violated this armistice was first when they stopped to fire at the soldier, at the fleeing soldier. Some of their fire crossed into South Korea across the border. At another point, one of the North Korean soldiers appears to run briefly across the actual border before apparently realizing his mistake and turning around and returning to North Korea.
By this stage, officials say Allied troops operating the CCTV cameras that captured the whole ordeal had notified their commanders, and soldiers had assembled on the South Korean side of the border.